We will now start with lesson 3, Mon pays, which means my country. So in this particular chapter, we will revisit the topic of adjectives and nationalities. We have already done this topic in book number 1, but now we will do it in more detail. So we will first start with adjectives. Adjectives in French agree with the noun in number and gender. So for example, in English, if we say this is a small boy and if we say this is a small girl, there is no difference in spelling of small, it remains the same. But if it was Hindi, we would say ये छोटा लड़का है and ये छोटी लड़की है. So we change the adjective according to the gender. So a similar logic applies in French. So let's look at some adjectives. So let's take the adjective grand. This means big or tall. Now this is your masculine singular form. So if you are talking about one boy or one object, one noun, you will masculine noun, you will use this spelling. But if it is more than one boy or more than one object, then it would be grand with an S. So if the noun is masculine plural, your adjective also has to be masculine plural. So this is your masculine plural. If it was a girl that I am talking about, a big or a tall girl, so how do we make an adjective feminine in French? We make it generally by adding an E. So, grande with an E. And if I am talking about more than one girl or if I am talking about more than one object, feminine object, so in that case, how will I make it plural? I will make it plural by adding an S to the feminine singular form. So, grande with an S. So, this is your feminine plural. So, all adjectives in French will have these 4 forms: masculine singular, masculine plural, feminine singular and feminine plural. Let's take one more example. Jolie, which means pretty. So, this is your masculine singular form. We will make it plural by adding an S. So, this is your masculine plural. Your feminine singular, we will add an E and we will make it feminine plural by adding an S to the feminine singular form. So once again I'll repeat, adjectives in French agree with the noun in number and gender. How do we make an adjective feminine? We make an adjective feminine by adding an E to its masculine singular form. And how do we make it plural? We make it plural by adding an S to its singular form. So every adjective will have these 4 forms. Now, what happens in instances when the adjective ends with an E in its masculine singular form? So, mince, which means thin, this is your masculine singular form. I'll make it plural by adding an S. My feminine singular will remain the same. Because this is ending with an E in its masculine singular form, I will not add another E to its feminine singular form. And I'll make it plural by adding an S. So in this instance, your masculine singular and feminine singular look the same and your masculine plural and your feminine plural also look the same. We will take one more example. Let's say jeune, which means young. This is your masculine singular form, ends with an E. Your masculine plural, we will add an S. Feminine singular will remain the same and feminine plural, we will add an S. We've done this logic when it comes to colors also. So for example, rouge, which is red, this is your masculine singular form. Colors are also like your adjectives, so they will also have 4 forms. So rouge, this is your masculine singular. Your masculine plural will be the same. Feminine singular will be same as your masculine singular and this is your feminine plural. Similar logic applies with your nationalities also. So for example, let's take the nationality Belge, which means Belgian. So this is your masculine singular. Your masculine plural will be with an S. Feminine singular, same as your masculine singular, and this is the feminine plural. So once again I'll recap. We make an adjective feminine by adding an E to its masculine singular form and we make an adjective plural by adding an S to its singular form. If the adjective ends with an E in its masculine singular form, it remains the same in its feminine singular form and we make it plural by adding an S. Now let's look at an adjective which ends with an S in its singular form. So for example, épais means thick. So this is your masculine singular form. Because it ends with an S in its singular form, it remains the same in its plural form. So the rule that we studied for nouns, the nouns ending in S, X or Z in their singular form remain the same in their plural form, applies to adjectives also. Your feminine singular would be with an E, and feminine plural we will add an S because this is not ending with an S, it is ending with a E. So this is your feminine plural. Similar logic applies to your colors also. So for example, grey color, which is grey, this is your masculine singular. Your masculine plural will remain the same because it's ending with an S, so we will not add another S. Feminine singular, we'll add an E, and feminine plural we'll add an S because this is not ending with an S in its singular form. Now let's look at certain adjectives which are, you can call them exceptions, or they become feminine by doubling the last consonant and then adding an E. So for example, bon, which means good. So this is our masculine singular form. Masculine plural is bons. The feminine singular, I will double the last consonant, which is N, and then add an E, and my feminine plural, I'll add an S to the singular form. Let's take one more example, gros, which means fat. So this is my masculine singular. If I have to make it plural, masculine plural will remain the same because in the singular form it's ending with an S. My feminine singular, I will double the last consonant and then add an E, and my feminine plural, I'll add an S to the feminine singular form. Similar logic applies to certain nationalities also. So for example, if I take Indian, Anya, this is my masculine singular. If I have to make it plural, I'll add an S. So this is my masculine plural. Feminine singular, I'll double the last consonant and then add an E, and my feminine plural, I'll add an S to the singular form. One more nationality that we can take as an example is Italian. Italia. So this is my masculine singular. My masculine plural, I'll add an S. My feminine singular, I will double the last consonant and then add an E, and my feminine plural, I'll add an S. So your nationalities are also like your adjectives. They also agree with the noun in number and gender. Let us look at some more examples of colors, nationalities and other adjectives. Remember, your nationality and colors are also like your adjectives because they tell you something more about the noun. So let's take the nationality Chinese. For example, Xinhua. This is my masculine singular form. My masculine plural will remain the same because it ends with an S in a singular form. My feminine singular, I'll add an E, and my feminine plural, I'll add an S to the singular form. If I were to take one color, let's take noir, which means black. This is my masculine singular form. My masculine plural, I'll add an S. I'll make it feminine by adding an E, and feminine plural by adding an S to the feminine singular form. One more example of doubling the last consonant. For example, gentil, which means nice or kind. This is my masculine singular form. I'll make it plural by adding an S. I'll make it feminine by doubling the last consonant, and I'll make it feminine plural by adding an S to the singular form. So on this page 36, they've given you this entire explanation. So first they've given you how to make an adjective feminine and then how to make an adjective plural. So grand, G-R-A-N-D, masculine singular, you make it feminine by adding an E. So it would be G-R-A-N-D-E, feminine singular. Similarly, nouns which end with an E remain the same in their feminine form. So they've given examples of jeune, which is young, rouge, red color, belge is the nationality, facile is easy, difficile is difficult. So all of these end with an E in their masculine singular forms. So they remain the same in their feminine singular forms. Then there are adjectives which are made feminine by doubling the last consonant. So they've given examples of gros, bas, bon, ancien, the nationality Indien, and gentil. All of these become feminine by doubling the last consonant and then adding an E. How do we make an adjective plural? By adding an S. So grand with an S, so it becomes masculine plural. If it was feminine singular grande, we will make it plural by adding an S. But nouns which end with an S in the masculine singular form remain the same in their masculine plural form. We will not add another S. And now we will do the two exceptions, or for that matter 3 exceptions, which are beau, nouvelle and vieux, which means old. Now these 3 adjectives have 2 forms in their masculine singular ones. So we'll just have a look. Now let's look at the adjective beau, which means handsome or beautiful in case of a female. So this is our masculine singular form. There is one more masculine singular form, which is this. The plural of both of these is beau with an X. The feminine singular is completely different. It is belle, and feminine plural is belle with an S. Now when do we use this beau and when do we use belle? In case the masculine singular noun is starting with a vowel or H, we will not use beau, we will use belle. So for example, I want to say a beautiful apartment. Now apartment starts with a vowel A, so I will write un bel appartement. I want to write a handsome boy. So boy is a garçon, it does not start with a vowel. I will use this, a beau garçon. The plural of both of these is beaux. And in case of a girl, it's belle, and feminine plural is belle with an S. Similar logic applies to nouveau, masculine singular. There's another form to it. The plural of both of this is nouveau with an X. The feminine one is different, it's nouvelle, and feminine plural is with an S to the singular form. So for example, I want to say a new apartment, because apartment starts with a vowel, I will use this spelling of new, so nouvelle. And if I want to say a new book, so book, a livre, does not start with a vowel, I will use this. So for example, a nouvel appartement or a new book. The plural of both of this is nouveau, and the feminine singular one is this, and feminine plural is this. One more adjective which is follows the same logic is vieux, which means old. This is my masculine singular, but if the masculine singular noun starts with a vowel, then I will use this particular spelling. My masculine plural for both of this is vieux. Because the singular one ends with an X, I will not make any change to this. So this is my masculine plural. My feminine one is this, and feminine plural I'll add an S to the singular form. So for example, if I want to say an old plane or an old man, so both of these, avion, A starts with a vowel, and man, homme, H is a vowel in French. So I will say a vieil homme, an old man. But I want to say an old notebook, so un vieux cahier. And the plural of both of this would be vieux. So I'll repeat once again. These 3 adjectives have 2 forms in their masculine singular one: beau, belle, nouveau, nouvelle, vieux, vielle. So in case of masculine singular noun starting with a vowel or H, we will use this particular spelling of the adjective, and the plural of both of this is beau, both of this is nouveau, and both of this is vieux. So all these three adjectives have two forms in their masculine singular form. So now on page number 38, they have given you the list of adjectives along with their masculine singular, feminine singular, masculine plural and feminine plural forms and the meaning in English. Now if you know the meaning in English, so for example if I ask you in English what is the opposite of high, so you will say low. Now similarly if you know the words for high and low in French, then it obviously means that they are opposites. It has not been specifically given in the textbook that these words are opposites, but if you know the meaning you can figure it out. So for example in the exam if they ask you to give you the opposite of grand, which means big or tall, so you know big or tall, the opposite would be petite, small or short. So your opposite in this case is petite. Now see, this is a masculine singular form. So the opposite that you will give also has to be in the masculine singular form. In case they had given you grande, this is the feminine singular form. So your opposite also has to be in feminine singular. If it was grande with an S, this is the masculine plural form. Then in this case your opposite also has to be masculine plural. And if it was feminine plural, the opposite also has to be feminine plural. Now what happens in instances where your masculine singular and feminine singular and your masculine plural and feminine plural are exactly the same? So for example if they ask you to give the opposite of mince, which is thin, so you know the opposite is fat, which is gros. Now masculine singular, feminine singular both is mince. So your opposite, if you write, and if there is no clue which is given to you, then whether you write gros or gros, both options are correct. If it was mince with an S, now your masculine singular and feminine singular both are the same. So your opposite, whether you write this or your feminine plural, both options are correct. So be very careful when they ask you to write opposites in exam. Look at the form that they have given you. If they have given you masculine singular, then your opposite has to be masculine singular. If they have given you masculine plural, then your opposite has to be masculine plural. If they have given you feminine singular, your opposite has to be feminine singular. And if they have given you a feminine plural adjective, your opposite also has to be in feminine plural form. So this page is very important from the point of view of adjectives. Please memorize it thoroughly. Then on page number 35, they have given you a list of countries. So all these countries, you have to memorize their names. So countries which end with an E are generally feminine. There are 4 or 5 exceptions to this, but this list of exceptions you will study in Apprenons le Français book number 4. So for now, countries which end with an E are feminine, otherwise they are masculine. And the only plural country that they have given you in this instance, in fact 2 plural countries, is Les Etats-Unis, which is United States, and Les Emirats Arab Unis, which is your United States of Arab, which is your UAE. You will have to memorize this list, and accordingly they have given you nationalities also. So in the book they have given you masculine singular, masculine plural, feminine singular and feminine plural. So if you know your masculine singular nationality, you can make it plural and feminine according to the rules and the explanation that we have just seen. We will now look at the comprehension. Mon pays, la France, my country, the France. On appelle la France le hexagone parce qu'elle a plus ou moins la forme de cette figure géométrique. We call France the hexagon because it is more or less in the shape of this geometrical figure. Voici la carte de mon pays. Here is the map of my country, la France. Paris est la capitale de la France. Paris is the capital of France. Il y a 5 fleuves importants of France. There are 5 important rivers in France. La Seine, la Loire, la Garonne, la Rhône et la Rhine. So these are the name of the 5 rivers. You will have to memorize these names. They are always asked in the culture and civilization section. La Seine traverse la ville de Paris. The river Seine crosses through the city of Paris. Les montagnes principales de la France sont les Pyrénées dans le sud-ouest, les Alpes dans le sud-est. The principal mountains of France are, so there are these two mountain ranges. Les Pyrénées is to the southwest and the Alps are to the southeast. Les pays voisins de la France are au nord la Belgique et l'Angleterre, à l'est la Allemagne, la Suisse et l'Italie, à sud la Espagne. The neighboring countries of France are to the north Belgium and England, to the east Germany, Switzerland and Italy, to the south Spain. À l'ouest il y a l'océan Atlantique. To the west there is the Atlantic Ocean. La Manche sépare la France de l'Angleterre. The English Channel separates France from England. La France est connue pour ses fromages, le camembert, le brie, le roquefort. Sa cuisine et ses parfums, Chanel, Christian Dior, Paco Rabanne, etc. The France is famous for its cheeses, and then they have mentioned different types of cheeses, its cuisine, its food and its perfumes, and they have given you a few brands. You have to memorize this entire information. So now we will look at the questions which are there. La Océan Atlantique is, so the Atlantic Ocean is to the west. So your answer is à l'ouest. La Manche sépare la France. So the English Channel separates France from England. So your answer is de l'Angleterre. Le Roquefort est un or une. The Roquefort is a dash, it's a cheese. So un fromage. Cheese is masculine. Now we have to answer vrai and faux. La Belgique est au sud de la France. Belgium is to the south of France. It is faux. It is to the north. Le Rhône is un fleuve. It's true. It's name of a river. So vrai. La Loire traverse la ville de Paris. It is false because it's la Seine. La France est connue pour sa cuisine. It is vrai. France is known for its food. Le Brie est une sorte de vin. The Brie is name of a cheese and not a wine. So faux. Now they have asked you to name some neighboring countries, French cheeses, French rivers and mountain chains. All these information is there in the comprehension. You just have to copy it from there and make sure that you memorize this information. On page 39, they have given you these three words, il y a, voici and voilà. So, il y a means there is or there are. It also answers questions like is there, are there, what is there. So, in the exam, if you have to put a particular sentence in plural and they give you something like this, il y a un livre. There is a book. Now, remember, il y a means there is and there are both. So, if you have to make this plural, il y a remains the same. Il y a, un will become they and livre with an S. And voici also, if it was voici un livre, here is a book. Voici means here is and here are both. So, your plural would be voici will remain the same. Un will become they and livre with an S. Same thing with viola, it means there is and there are both. So, if it was viola, un livre, then your plural would be viola, un will become they and livre with an S. And remember, voici and viola are opposites. So, if they ask you to give the opposite of voici, it's viola. They are opposites in nature. We will now look at some exercises. The first one is compléter selon l'exemple, complete according to the example. So, the example they have given is Rosa habite en Espagne, elle est espagnole. So, they have given you the country's name and then you have to write the nationality. So, let's look at the next one. Jacques habite en France. So, Jacques stays in France. So, your answer should be il est français. Next one is Sonia habite en Italie. So, your answer would be she is Italian. Elle est Italian. Marie et Julie habite au Canada. So, these are two girls. So, your answer would be they are Canadian. So, two girls, elles sont. Your nationality will have to be feminine plural. Natasha habite en Russie. So, Natasha is Russian. And we will look at one more. Anirudh, A, Neha, Abid on An. So they are two people, mixed gender, you will always use the masculine plural. So they are Indian. So your answer would be Il, saw, Anya. Remember, in case of mixed gender, we will always stick to masculine plural form. The next one is you have to convert the phrases into feminine. So il est gentil will become elle est gentille. Le garçon canadien est souriant. The Canadian boy is happy or smiling. So the boy becomes the girl, la fille. You will change the nationality also. Let's take the next example. L'homme danois est beau. So l'homme will become la femme. We will make the nationality feminine. A and belle. We will make the adjective also feminine. The next one is il est sympathique. Now your masculine singular and feminine singular is same. So your il will change to elle and your adjective will remain the same because the masculine and feminine forms are exactly the same. Il est italien. So it will become elle est italien. And the next one is il est suisse. Now again your masculine nationality and your feminine nationality is the same. So we will just change il to elle. This is how we will do the third exercise. Now let's look at the fourth exercise in which we have to put the sentences in plural, mete or pluriel. So the first one is la femme est chinoise. So la femme will become les femmes sont, and the nationality also we will have to make it plural, chinois. The next one is le garçon est beau. So we will make this les garçons sont, and we will make the adjective also plural. Next one is il a un chapeau noir. He has a black hat. So il a will become ils ont. A is the conjugation of the verb avoir. So il becomes ils. The corresponding conjugation is on. A changes to de. Chapeau with an X and noir also with an S. We will make the color also plural. The next one is j'ai un chien allemand. I have a German dog. So j'ai will become nous avons. I have becomes we have. Un will become they. Chien with an S. Allemand with an S. L'ami the manuel est japonais. The friend of manuel is Japanese. So we will make it the friends of manuel are Japanese. So l'ami will become les amis. Of manuel remains the same, are Japanese. Japonais in the masculine singular form ends with an S, so the plural will remain the same. Then le frère de Catherine est grand. The brother of Catherine is big. So the brothers of Catherine are big. So le frère will become les frères are. Now la table est basse. The table is low. So the tables. I'll do the last one. La petite fille est intelligente. Elle est belge. The small girl is intelligent. She is Belgian. So la petite fille will become les petite fille with an S. The small girls are intelligent. Elles sont belge with an S. So this is how we will do the fourth exercise. Now in the fifth exercise we have to give a chord to the adjectives. So now let's look at the first example. Les filles sont. So these are the girls we are talking about. So the girls are intelligent. Now it's feminine plural. So our adjective also has to be feminine plural. So your answer would be intelligent. Next is la maison est dash. The house is dash. The house is feminine singular, so your adjective also has to be feminine singular. So your answer is grande. Paul et Pierre sont dash. So Paul and Peter are two boys. It's masculine plural. So your adjective will also have to be that. So your answer is méchant, then S. Sophie est dash. Sophie is blonde. Again, we are talking about one girl, feminine singular. Adjective will also have to be that. Voici une dash cravate. So this is une. That means cravat is feminine singular. So my adjective will also have to be that. So my answer is jolie. La chambre est dash. The room is dash. It's la chambre, feminine singular. So my adjective will also have to be feminine singular. So petite. Les professeurs sont dash. The professors are dash. So this is masculine plural. So my nationality also has to be that. So my answer is les chats sont dash. The cats are dash. So in this case, it's masculine plural. So my adjective will also have to be that. So my answer is jolie with an S. Regardez la dash image. Look at the dash image. So la image, it is feminine singular. So my adjective will also have to be that. So my answer is this. Les étudiants sont dash. Now this étudiant is TES. That means they are all girls. So my adjective will also have to be feminine plural. Had the spelling of étudiant been TS, then my answer would have been GENTILS. Now let's look at the next exercise. We have to rewrite the sentences with the opposite. So the first example they've given is le garçon est petit. The boy is small. So you have to look at small. So your answer is the boy is big. Le garçon est grand. La table est basse. The table is low. So now we have to write high. So you will write la table est and the word for high. Haute. Marie est intelligent. So Marie is intelligent. So you have to write Marie is stupid. So that answer you will get all your answers here. Beth. So this is feminine singular. Your answer will also have to be in that form. Nous sommes intelligents. We are intelligent. So this is masculine plural form. So your answer also has to be in masculine plural. So with an S. Beth with an S. Le dictionnaire est épais. The dictionary is thick. So we have to write the dictionary is thin. So the dictionary is masculine singular. So my answer will also have to be in that form. So thick and thin are opposites. And write mince. Sophie est mince. Sophie is thin. So Sophie is fat. So my answer would be feminine singular gross. Le mur est haut. The wall is high. So I have to write low. So this is masculine singular. So my answer has to be in masculine singular form. La rue est étroite. The street is narrow. So the street is wide. We have to look at feminine singular. So large. L'ami de Dennis est triste. The friend of Dennis is sad. Now l'ami is with an E. So this friend we are talking about is feminine. So the opposite of sad is happy. So we have to write a feminine singular adjective, which is heureux. Heureuse. The sister of Manuel is ugly, laid. So we have to write beautiful. So the opposite has to be feminine singular, belle. Les leçons sont faciles. The lessons are easy. So leçon is feminine plural in this case. So your answer has to be feminine plural. So facile, the opposite is difficile. So this finishes our lesson number 3. Thank you.